This is the Stubborn German Podcast. I'm Kevin Ostie, coming to you from, once again, the satellite office of the Stubborn German Brewing Company, the secret bunker owned by the proprietor of the Stubborn German Brewing Company, Mr. Chris Ryan. Chris, welcome.
How's it going, Kevin?
It's fantastic.
Yeah?
People are going to ask why we do these here, and I'll let you answer that.
Because tonight in particular, Tammy had to, she was training a few of our new hires at the brewery. We're closed. This is a Monday as we record. And, I don't know. We just thought it'd be good to give each other our space.
Well, you didn't want to distract your training with this nonsense. So I understand that statement.
Yes.
I feel like they need to be prepared, though, for
all this silliness.
nonsense.
Yes. That'll come.
For sure.
That voice you heard was Mr. Jared Chasson, our esteemed producer. Welcome. And
Thank you, sir.
Today our special guest, we got Steve the Brewer.
Yo.
He's back.
Steve the Brewer.
He's approaching the record, right? How many times you been on?
This is number 2.
No, you've been on more than once.
You had so much fun with him the first time.
I guess he's
it
just always
seemed like
around.
forever.
You just listened to that
I'm
episode
always,
so
I'm
many
always
times.
there.
He's
That's what it
always
is.
there. That's what it is.
Omnipresent Steve the Brewer.
Only the second.
Right on. Well, welcome, Steve. And we have a fun episode lined up here because I see a bunch of different bottles of different brands of beer here tonight, which is it's
going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, before we get to the fun, let's get to the not so much fun of the German Word of the Day competition.
Before we get to the fun, let's do this.
Which is only fun the twice I've won.
It's only fun for
Yes.
me. The German word of the day is Bierleichen.
Ooh.
Bierleichen.
Bierleichen.
Can you use it? Okay.
No.
I can think of half of it. What's the German word for beer?
Lichen part?
Well, we like to be polite on this podcast and let
do.
our guests go first.
That'd be you, Steve.
So.
But you knew that because you've been
So
here
it's
before.
one word,
One
not
word.
a phrase.
Yeah, one word. Word Bierleichen.
I like beers.
I mean, that's kind of
liking the beer.
That's
Yeah.
the theme.
Steve says, I like beer.
Beer liking.
When you like beer, you are Bierleichen.
I'm done with that, man.
I mean, it makes sense.
Jared, what do you got?
Translates
Well, I was
good.
just going to pass to you, Kevin. Beer lichen. I'm going to say, man, it's almost too, it's too obvious to just say,
Oh, this is so fun.
this is like beer. Beer like. Let's say.
Can you spell it? Is it B-I-E-R, like beer like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Bierleichen.
Oh, L-E-I.
Oh, see,
okay,
now it's
that
all
changes
different.
Lichen,
everything.
like,
Lichen.
Man.
beer grass.
I feel like we should know lichen. Lichen seems like one of those, we should know what that is. But
I do know what that is, so you go first.
dang
and I'll
it.
tell you.
Okay. I'm going to say beer chaser.
Ooh.
Beer chaser.
That's what I was going to say.
Of course you were.
Okay, Kevin.
Beer lichen is it's a plant that you would use to grow beer. So it's kind of a broad term. Could be hops, could be wheat, could be barley.
Okay.
I think it's symbiotic, too.
Hilda, get me some beer lichen. It's time to
beer
make some
lichen.
beer. It's an ingredient.
Harvest the Bierleichen.
I have a little logic on where that came from, but I'll tell you at the end of the show
To make
when the
beer.
answers are revealed,
Okay.
if I remember.
Okay, good.
All right, so Chris, why don't you set this up? We got these different bottles here. We got Steve the Brewer here. What's happening?
Yeah, we got some things. Okay, we figured since it's getting to be the most wonderful time of the year, which is, of course, Oktoberfest season.
Absolutely.
Which is only like a month away, right?
It's
crazy.
As of recording time.
When are you getting this out?
Well, that's true.
Probably like the
Yeah,
day.
it's going to be real close.
If it's in December.
It's only
Yeah.
a few days away.
See, I prep here. I look
Good
at
job.
the calendar.
I mean,
I blew
actual Oktoberfest starts pretty soon, though, doesn't it?
It would be the middle of September.
Yeah.
In Germany.
And that's celebrating the coming of harvest season. Is that?
That is celebrating the 1810 wedding of King Ludwig
Ludwig.
Von Bierleichen.
the Ein.
The Ein. Ludwig the
Das
Ein.
Ein.
That's fine.
Number one. Sorry.
Marrying Princess Teresa of Saxe-Hildburghausen.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
The House of Saxford-Hilden.
Hausen.
House.
So the House
House
of.
of-
House of.
yeah.
Saxford.
They got married and they had a horse race.
Of course they did.
As one does.
They
During
know
the
how to
ceremony.
party.
Yeah, and then eventually that morphed into a 3-weekend party in Munich.
Of course it did. Where they ride pigs.
Where they ride pigs. Yeah.
Wow.
Is that because the horses got tired?
Well, they weren't fast enough. How do you not have a Ludwig the Ein beer in the profile yet? By the way,
I don't know. I guess that's coming.
Gonna find out what he liked.
This guy should be in marketing.
This will be your job there, Steve. I got this from our previous guest, Mr. Gary Most. He's the marketing guy over there.
But I thought I would try to grab a few different samples that are available. I mean, I literally just went to the Schnucks, our local supermarket, and went to the beer aisle and got anything that said Oktoberfest. And I, of course, grabbed one of ours. Our Stubbornfest is our Oktoberfest we make all year round. And I thought it would be fun to just pass one bottle around to the four of us, and we'll split it, and we'll just drink it and talk about it, and make everyone listen to us drinking beer.
That's my favorite episode.
Gulp.
That's fantastic.
A buddy of mine pays pretty close attention to when these Oktoberfests become available at the store.
Yeah.
And it's just like Christmas. It's earlier and earlier every
it's like
year.
Halloween.
It's the pumpkin
and
beers.
so now it's like in June he's sending me photos. Here you go. Here's the first Oktoberfest.
but
Don't worry, pumpkin's coming out pretty soon.
You know who wins that race? And it's not Ludwig the Ein on his horse. It's the Stubborn German because they never stop.
We never stop.
Round.
Never. I know. When you
best.
come to us in August, and August, we probably would. Anyone has Oktoberfest out in August, but if it's May
Easter.
or say January, and we have Oktoberfest, it's fresh. We make it all year round. So let's
Make
the lineup
make
here? What do
any
we got?
holiday Oktoberfest day.
This
every day.
is Schlafly's Oktoberfest.
Right on. Schlafly,
Which-
local brewery. We like these people very much. They're a nice place to go and drink.
Yeah.
They have
Innovators.
a good Oktoberfest, and I've heard this year's is.
Oh,
You
yeah.
went in there? I've heard this year's is particularly good, so
Okay.
We'll
I
find
didn't
out.
save that much, but pass that to Gary.
yeah.
And okay. Oh shoot! I said someone's name on mic that no one knows is here.
Who's here?
Well, you heard the last episode, right? Are
Right.
these being released in that order?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes,
The podcast ghost. Is it?
we sometimes record more than one episode, and
Listen to an episode, and if anybody mentions Gary, it's the guy drinking the rest of the beer.
This guy drank all the rest of the beer. Okay, so what I look for in an Oktoberfest, I'm not saying this has it or does not have it.
This will
but
tell you if
what
you're right or wrong. Jared.
I like an Oktoberfest. The seems to be the true to style ones from Germany are really heavily toasty and bready,
for sure.
and not caramely. Like caramel flavor is not. That's not what you're going to find in Germany with an Oktoberfest.
Caramel.
A lot of American brewers seem to go the caramel route, and I know at least one or two of these on the table that we're going to try do have that caramel. And it's still a good beer. It's just not as...
It's just wrong.
It's just wrong.
You mean
It's just made wrong.
If it looks like an Oktoberfest, it's not going to taste like an Oktoberfest?
Well, it could, or it may or may not.
Okay, so this does
I
look
will say
Oktoberfest.
I'm getting on this Schlafly. I'm not getting the caramel
I'm
flavor.
not either.
Yeah.
I'm getting the bready,
Yep, I am grainy.
and I guess the word's authentic, right? Not necessarily wrong. It's just authentic to the true
Yeah.
Oktoberfest. Ludwig the
And
Ein
honestly,
signature
it's,
series.
it's my opinion there. So it's what I prefer. I prefer a toasty beer over a caramel beer, but that's just me.
I am starting to sniff my microphone
Again,
everyone's-
already?
I can't help it. It's
just
like
trademark
it's a
of
right
episode
brain,
2.
left brain.
Smells like foam.
Already did it twice.
right? Smells.
It smells like
Thank you.
October.
Here you go.
Hey, behind the scenes. That's what people are here for. Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Tammy arrived from her
Training,
training evening at the brewery, and she's here.
passing out waters.
Waters and
Good move.
hopefully enjoying some.
She saw you sniff the microphone.
she sniffed,
said
she's
that man
like,
needs a water.
This guy needs a water.
needs to slow down.
Some people may wonder why she's training. She just wants to stay on top of her
That's
game.
right.
That's all it is.
yeah,
She said, I want to make a second episode that we can actually put out there
This
That's
time.
right.
That was my
this
fault.
time.
did it go well, Tammy? Nice.
Right on.
We have new good people, she says.
New good people.
Welcome to the Stubborn family,
yeah,
new people.
for sure.
Cool.
All right, that was good.
So yeah, that was pretty good.
A little lighter than I would expect it to be.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
I
I would
like
say that.
because I'm more of a fest beer guy.
In color
Yeah.
or in
Lighter.
heft?
You want to explain the difference between Fest beer and Oktoberfest?
So-
or Märzen?
So fest beer is what they actually drink at Oktoberfest in Germany.
Like right now, today.
Right now, yeah.
So they don't do an Oktoberfest
it's a little
beer.
I mean, the American Oktoberfest is what we drink, where you think of it. And then we're there at Oktoberfest, they drink fest beer.
And do they drink that
It's
year
a little
round?
lighter, a little easier drinking, not as malty, but
Brewed for the occasion?
yeah, for drinking.
Well, is it year round, though?
No.
No. So you got that up on Germany.
Yeah, we're way ahead of Germany.
What's the difference?
As far as beer
a
goes,
little
yeah.
lighter, a little easier to drink. Have you
Clip
done
that
one?
off, Jared.
We have not done a fest beer yet, I don't
Have
think.
you thought about it?
Now, see,
It's too close.
Well, when we get into ours, we'll talk about that a little bit. But let's move to the second one.
He doesn't
And
want to
I will-
talk about
No,
it.
I
If
do
you
want
have to explain it,
I
it's
went
hard
off
to.
track.
There, you went off script again, Steve. The next one I have is Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Oh yes, Brewer Patriot,
Brewer Patriot.
Samuel Adams,
Samuel Jackson Adams.
Samuel L. Adams.
Put that beer in my glass.
It's definitely got a
Gosh,
different
dang it, I gotta
smell.
go lighter on my.
Do we know how many different flavors of Sam Adams are available today?
I don't.
Remember
I don't
the poster? There was like 30, right?
know. Yeah.
Of all the different colors.
Oh, that's right. They had
Yeah,
the
there
color
was
thing.
the
Yeah.
spectrum of.
Like, as today, they actually make right now?
Yeah.
It's a good trivia question.
Well, anybody got it?
That would be fun. Yeah.
Wait, what's the question?
How many different flavors or
Of Sam-
varieties of Sam Adams are brewed today?
Oh, wow.
You know the poster I'm talking about?
No.
It was a color spectrum of light to dark beer, and it had to have been 30 different bottles
Really?
or glasses, and every one was a different type of Sam.
Okay.
I'm going to go with 30 then.
Sounds like
Well, must have been.
30.
You win.
Let's do about 30.
Okay.
I
That
think
is
this
different.
has a very different smell. I haven't even tasted it yet, but the
That's your
the
microphone.
odor.
This is way more malty in the nose.
It smells like my beard.
It's less caramel. It is more toasty, but
It's a little bigger mouthfeel. I mean,
Smoother.
yeah.
It is smoother, but there's almost like a little
More.
tang to it. There's like almost a sourness to it. I'm kidding anyway.
it's not like caramely, but I almost get those dark fruit notes in it.
Yeah. A little bit.
I
Which
do
one
get
is
that.
this? Sam Adams?
Sam Adams.
Yeah.
Okay. I prefer, if I had to say, I prefer the Schlafly so far.
I think the Schlafly's a winner. AI, according to our friend Gary, who's not here right now, Gary says AI says 60 different
Holy cow.
Sam Adams beers. Thank you, sir.
Interesting.
Now, does that include all their seltzers and stuff?
Can make them work for it now.
Apparently, so this made its way around our office today at work. How
This beer?
Chat GPT apparently says there are only 2 R's in the word strawberry.
It's proving to be wrong.
Think about
over
it
and over
now.
again. So
There are 3 R's, but
there's an interesting thing that's happening with these AI
yeah.
chat models, and it's that when you ask it something and it generates its answer, like this 60 beer thing for Sam Adams, right or wrong, it stores that, and then it refers to
Yes,
that for the
right.
next answer. So whatever it gets wrong, it's amplifying the incorrectness going forward.
So it's the exact opposite of like hands. So instead of having 7 fingers on your hand, you only got 2 R's instead of 3, right?
I'm right there with you.
Well, there's a theory that, and this is like getting way off topic, but that
That's what happens when you sit around and drink beer. I mean, this is the topic.
instead of AI getting better and better over the years, it's going to get worse and worse as
is.
it references itself with its own
Incorrect.
mistakes.
The
Yeah.
idiocracy
And it's
complex.
going to keep getting worse. Yeah.
Because
We'll see.
there's no way to tell it that it's wrong,
I
right?
get,
Well, you
I
could,
mean,
but that takes human effort, and
Right.
most people just
I'm not
accept
doing
what they
that.
get
Yeah.
instead of offering to, hey, no, you're wrong, pal, whatever you are.
yeah.
Think it's going to listen to a human? Come on.
Yeah, interesting.
Doesn't fit AI's agenda.
This is drinkable. This
Yeah,
goes
That's
down
not
easy.
bad. Yeah.
I enjoy it.
A little sweeter on the
Yeah.
finish, but
Yes, it is a little sweeter. Yep.
All right.
So yeah, Sam Adams.
Good thing Tammy brought us waters to wash our beer glasses
Yeah.
out with.
Yeah, that's true. We can dump it on the ground, or I guess we can drink it. Everyone is rinsing their glasses.
Yes.
No one has
Now
a
you have
microphone
to.
in their hand.
Quasi-professional.
I was just drinking the water.
Into the spittoon over here.
Okay, let's get to Stubbornfest.
Okay. You're going to go right to stubborn. You got you
gotta-
got 2 more here.
I know.
You don't want to save it
have
for the
a-
end?
No. I don't have an agenda here. I'm just
Of course not.
The
We've all
agenda.
signed a waiver that says we will.
We're going to empty.
I've been waiting to rip this thing apart.
the greatest beer in all of Main Street.
in all of the beers.
And you can have as much as you want of this. We have plenty more in the fridge.
There's more where this came from.
There is.
They just rename it Doritos.
So what I was
Don't
getting,
make
All you
more.
want.
what I was talking
Talk
about
about an ad
earlier,
campaign. I remember that 30 years later. 40.
Doritos.
Is there any
Crunch all you
extra?
want.
Send it
We'll
to Gary.
make more.
Oh yeah.
Jay Leno. Sorry. Go ahead.
Is there any left in that?
We probably have more.
I left him some.
We do have more. It's in the fridge. Help yourself. Anyway, so what I was talking about with this, our Stubbornfest is kind of sort of like a hybrid between an actual Oktoberfest
Oh my gosh,
beer.
the caramel's overwhelming.
Oh, you better not. I knew that was coming.
Sir, that's the hops. No.
They're caramel hops.
The caramel hops. It's a combination kind of a fest beer and an Oktoberfest. So it's a little bit of both worlds. It's a lighter version, but of the flavors that you get in an Oktoberfest.
So you should call it Oktoberfest Fest.
Oktoberfest fest beer.
Now, maybe I missed it.
Festivus beer.
Did you explain what a fest beer is versus an Oktoberfest
did. It's more
that has
drinkable.
word
We
fest
did.
in the name?
It's authentic.
Yeah,
to
it's
a-
fest because of the festival they were having.
Right, but why isn't Oktoberfest a fest beer?
Well,
They know.
that was the original one
Why
that
isn't
they started with.
why
what
isn't
was that date
American?
again, Chris?
That would be 1810.
1810 with
Right, I
Yes.
heard that part, but
Sometimes things change.
Ludwig the Ein.
okay. So there's classic fest beers, but American Oktoberfest is no longer a fest style
It's
beer.
like American Chinese
There's
food.
no such thing as
Right.
American Oktoberfest.
Wait, that's not
Well,
what Steve
that's-
said.
I'm saying American styled Oktoberfest.
Okay, all right. I'm confused. I
Dur-
feel like our listeners are confused.
During Oktoberfest in Germany, they drank fest beer
Okay.
Today.
today.
All of them.
These
Like-
days. Yeah.
Yeah, but back in the day, they
Back
did
in
not.
1810, they drank Oktoberfest.
Oh. And what we're
Heavier.
drinking tonight?
These are all
This is
Oktoberfest.
the
They claim to
1810
be
style
These are not
Oktoberfest.
fest
Oktoberfest. Yeah.
Okay. I'm following you now.
Except
All
for, like I said, ours is leaning on that
Leaning,
edge of.
yeah.
So that's two very, very similar styles, pretty similar flavors. One's just a little heavier and more ABV, and one's a little lighter and less
You
ABV.
shouldn't have to think this much to drink.
Yeah, you know.
Well,
Where can I buy some brains?
Now, did you know that when you started brewing your Stubbornfest,
yes,
that you were kind of blending styles?
yeah. a little-
Okay.
well,
so
and
you, I
okay,
love the you got the toastiness in there, like you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's toast heavy. But what we normally do is I'll tweak the recipe like summertime. I'll kind of, what do you say, like thin it out, lower the ABV a little bit, make it more sessionable for summertime
That's
drinking.
the June Oktoberfest.
And then like the one we're making now is a little bit heavier. Like it's probably an extra 0.25% ABV. It's a
interesting.
little bit more
Now-
body.
Am I crazy, Steve the Brewer?
Yes.
Or does this finish almost sweet?
I don't get the sweetness out of it.
It could be the
Kevin,
other
I
things
do.
I've drank.
You're not crazy. You're not crazy.
Well, I appreciate that.
No, that finishes. It doesn't finish dry, but it doesn't like coat your tongue. The one thing I noticed about this, besides the other ones, is I get hop nose in it first. And
Yeah.
I get that
Yeah, the hops are there.
floral, that little spicy from the Hallertau, and
That
you
reminds
get a
me.
little bit in the flavor too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it drinks good.
Typically Oktoberfest beers, hops kind of take a back seat. It's all about the malt. But I really enjoy a little bit of hop presence in there just to it kind of adds to it, makes it a more well-rounded.
Balances it a little bit. Yeah.
A kiss of the hops.
Kiss of the hops.
That's already taken.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Okay. Beer trivia.
I don't know. Yeah. What do we
Well,
got?
obviously, I don't know. I said, is it?
Whose ad campaign used a kiss of the hops?
The kiss of the hops.
Löwenbräu. Not the Lion's Brew.
Hams.
Not from the land of sky blue waters.
Old
This
style.
guy is again nameless, faceless
Stroh's.
Gary is a huge Hames fan, by the way.
Old style.
It is not old style
Stroh's.
from the land, or it's not Stroh's either. It was Schlitz,
Schlitz.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
I would have got there eventually.
Yeah.
So
Eventually.
close.
the beer that made
running
Milwaukee
out of
the
famous,
hops.
had just a kiss of the hops.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because they didn't want to put those things in there. Apparently.
Different from a
Just
dose
a
of the
kiss.
clap. You might have to edit that.
If you're wondering if this is episode 2 or not,
Now you know.
a dose of the clap.
Perfectly clear at this point.
I mean, it depends on who the hops really is.
I will
Kiss of
say,
the hops got you a dose of the clap.
anybody that knows me knows eat and drink the same things all the time. Once I find something
correct.
I like, if
Chicken
I go to
tenders,
a restaurant,
Mac and cheese.
Budweiser.
yeah, chicken tenders and Budweiser. I get the same thing once
Mr.
I like
Vanilla
it.
over here.
And I used to get Stubbornfest every time I went to Stubborn German.
That's
that was
right.
my go-to.
I did too.
And it's only been in the last couple of years that I kind of pivoted to, okay, I'm going to try something else. And now I make sure that
Too kind of you.
any of the new stuff I try, and every once in a while I go back to Stubbornfest. But this is like bringing it all back. This tastes so good.
It is good. It is such a good beer.
Thanks.
I normally wait until Stubbornfest to start drinking the
Yeah.
Stubbornfest myself.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't hit it too hard until then, and then it's kind of game on until wintertime.
It's a staple, so I know it's consistent.
Yes. Yeah.
Except it's not. Apparently, this is like 0.25% heavier
Yeah.
ABV. So
It's hitting
It's
you.
consistent enough.
consistent.
All
This
right.
is actually still the lighter version.
yeah, this is
All
good.
right, seeing that this is a non, I don't know, it's an agnostic episode where we have all kinds of different brands on.
right.
Yeah.
I do have another question that you may have no idea what the answer is about
Probably not.
a Sam Adams product
Okay.
that I always enjoyed, and that was their winter lager.
Oh,
Did you ever have it?
winter.
I was going to ask you to completely dissect it for me.
I actually had it at TGI Fridays a couple times.
Wow.
Boy, now there's an
Specific.
experience.
Oh,
TGI Fridays and had the
I had
Sam's.
it at Ruby Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Oh, and O'Charlie, sorry.
What'd you think?
It's not a bad lager.
It's kind of
From what I get, it's wheat heavy lager, so I believe they put wheat malt in with it. It's a little softer mouthfeel, and then I believe they add some spices to it.
Do they?
Yeah, I think
That's what
maybe
I was
grains
curious
of
on.
paradise or like some coriander or some things. It's not real heavy, but it's always been
This is why I
consistent.
came here tonight. But thank you,
Oh, yeah.
Steve, the brewer. That
He
was
knows about it.
boom.
Paradise does have the best grain, by the way.
Now I know.
Notice how I picked that out of the one of 60? No.
You did. I know. 1/60th.
Bring up another one.
Also, the
No,
salad
no,
bar
cherry
at
chocolate stout.
Ruby Tuesdays
Oh,
is
it's second
excellent.
to none.
Yeah. What is the croutons? Is it the pumpernickel? What is the dark brown?
Yeah.
Man, that's good.
Those go down
Those
well
soft
with your,
croutons.
Whoever had that, whoever thought of that concept, hey, let's have a burger joint. You know what else I want?
what's
A
that?
salad bar.
I'm telling you, it's the best salad bar.
Gigantic salad.
So the next evolution is that you take your burger and you run it through the salad bar,
Okay.
throw a bunch of stuff on it.
Or you go to Quiznos.
Home of the low carb.
They have a whole thing. Except
Served to you by
depends
rats.
on where you go. They won't
Pepper
open it
bars
for you.
served by
You don't
rats.
need lettuce, onions, nah. Peppers, no. You're
This
good.
is not the pepper bar you're looking
No.
for.
All right, we have two more beers to get
Yes.
through here, friends. And for anybody that's still awake, hang with
Shiner.
us. Hey, so
Shiner.
Jared, as Mr. Producer, you can be sure to list the beers
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
that's a good
description
idea.
so people
Okay.
can
Yeah.
obtain them and drink along with us.
That's a good idea. Go find these at
Make it
Will do.
interactive.
Waterloo Schnooks.
Thank you, sir.
Just tell the people at Schnucks that Chris sent you.
Shucks.
Chris sent
Do you have
me
all
here
those
to-
beers from that podcast?
Yes, that's the question to ask. And then go to the Stubborn and get your Stubborn Fest.
You get the scraps.
Okay, what's
It's a
up
smaller
next?
bottle,
There's
all
one in
right?
the fridge. Just open one.
Yeah, you can't just buy one bottle at the Schnucks.
Yeah, I had to buy a
Can you
six
give
pack
me
of all
one?
these.
All right, what do we got?
Pour me. Oh, sorry. This is Shiner Oktoberfest. So you're familiar with Shiner Bach?
I do like Shiner Bach. I'm a fan.
Me too. I have not had this yet, so I need to kind of. I've had the other ones, obviously.
Way
There's
more
a little,
caramely in the nose.
Yeah,
Really?
a lot of caramel in the nose.
See, I'm not getting it on the tongue, though. On the mouth. I'm getting some tang. A little bit
Kind
of...
of smells like a bratwurst.
Yeah?
What's that in German?
What's the German word for bratwurst?
It finishes nice and malty. It smells caramely, but it doesn't really.
Yeah, I'm not
Taste.
tasting the caramel.
What is Marzen?
Marzen.
Marzen is basically another word for Oktoberfest. It's the same
Okay.
same beer, one and the same.
Is it
beer.
shorthand?
Marzen
or-
beer is Oktoberfest.
Well,
beer.
so Marzen is March. Now I just
No, it makes sense.
yeah. Now I just messed up.
March Fest.
March Fest.
In German.
It's the same as Oktoberfest.
Calm down, smarty pants.
I'm going to say it's when they started
smarty pants.
the batch.
They brew it in March. This is way back when in 1810. They'd brew that beer in March. They would age it all summer long in the caves, and then it'd be ready for
Oktoberfest. Nice.
Have you ever thought about aging your beer in caves?
In caves?
Because we can do that.
I have.
There's the
And
the whole thing.
I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
But I definitely.
I thought about it.
You asked if I thought about it, and I
did
have.
ask.
There's a lot of logistics that go.
I could see.
There sure
we
are.
You got
have
to drive it there.
we have
And you gotta
caves
drive it
in
back.
the county that you could do this in.
Do you think
I feel like there's
it
an
would
opportunity.
last there
Yes.
throughout the summer?
Authentic.
Yes.
Like somebody would come drink it.
What's it, 42 degrees?
No, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about someone
People-
taking it.
40, 55 degrees.
Locals.
You know them hidden caves that are easy accessible?
Right.
All the darn kids would get to it
Yeah, that's it.
and hauling it off.
The
That's
darn
what they do
kids.
with everything else that's stored in there.
Take all the stalactites and stalagmites.
Brewed in March, drank in October.
That's it.
Second week of September
Well, yeah.
in 1810.
Yeah. Well, they can't wait that long.
Ludwig Dine. All right.
Ludwig.
I'm going to
Dine.
say this
Number
is.
one.
What do you think about Shiner?
I'm not as big a fan. It's okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not as.
It does have something different about it. I can't put my finger on or my tongue on.
I
One
keep
thing
saying
I-
it has like a tartness to it almost, but
It's got a definite flavor to it.
yeah.
One luxury that we have in
I think
this
it has
episode.
more hops to it.
So our guest from the last episode, Mr. Gary Most, which of course everybody knows because they heard that episode,
Right.
is providing research and statistics real time.
is, yeah, on the
and
fly.
it's outstanding. I mean, this is like a great feature.
This will not be the last time Gary is invited
So,
back to
Gary,
the podcast.
welcome aboard to this full-time staff of the Stubborn
You are invited to sit in the background and
and drink the remnants of our beer.
flash signs at us. Yes.
We're going to name this one, What is a Marzen?
What is Marzen?
What is a
What is
Marzen?
Marzen?
What is a
Podcast. What
it,
is
man.
a Marzen?
That's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad.
It's pretty
It's
sweet.
not bad. It's different,
I don't want to use the word one-dimensional, but
but you're going to
I
anyway.
feel like you just did.
I just did.
Yeah.
Which dimension? Is it X, Y, Z?
It's malty
Time.
and sweet, but there's no
when you
je ne sais quoi. Is there a little thing that like
The little
snaps at
je
you and
ne
be
sais
like,
quoi?
oh, man.
when you judge beer in the BJCP, a homebrew competition, there's at the end of it, you're asked to, what is it, 1 out of 10 points
Oh, the
for
overall?
overall?
Yeah.
And that's intangibles.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not that they did anything wrong, but it's just kind of like, it's just okay.
And do you
know?
rate that with a symbol? Like,
No,
because
well, that's
it's
what, so
intangible?
out of 50 points, it's only worth 10. So the top 40 points
I
are
gotcha.
like, it has to be this, and this. And that, the last one is kind of like, did you enjoy it? Like, is it just good or is it just okay?
We would have to draw our own emojis just answering.
Well, for sure.
yeah.
So my very good friend Paul Wieshuber, who of course his family was credited with the Bavarian breakfast
Yes.
recipe for the Glühwein.
Right. Yep.
Paul's father, his late father, Anton Wieshuber,
Anton.
was a German guy who used a term that I think applies to this, and he would talk about people or things that didn't have any schliff.
Schliff.
He's got no schliff. So that 10-point intangible is the schliff rating, if you will.
So if I were to name a beer Schliff, that would be a good thing, right? Be like, this
If
is
it's got it,
this
Got
is the
schliff.
Schliff.
This has schliff.
the schliff.
This is the schliff.
Well, now you're putting a the.
This
in front
one's
of it,
got
which kind of
schliff.
weird.
Das
It's got
Schliff.
schliff. You could say that, you could
It's
put
got schliff.
it might be an adjective to add to some of your existing beers, but
Okay, it's pretty schliffy.
it's got some schliff, man.
I mean, don't tell the kids this. They probably put
Schliff-lager.
it next to the skibbity
It-
schliffing.
But interestingly, it was very, very seldom that something was referred to as having schliff, but very often that it didn't have schliff.
Oh, it doesn't have schliff. You can tell when it doesn't have schliff.
It's got no schliff.
Well, Germans aren't very complimentary either.
No,
So
it's a subtractive compliment.
Yes.
this is the
It's got
bar.
no schliff.
Everything is under that.
So it's more like, this isn't garbage, but this is garbage.
Yeah, this it's got no
It
schliff,
has no schliff.
and that applies to people.
That's
also.
great.
Schliff.
All right. Best for last?
Yeah. I don't know.
No,
find out.
last for last.
I mean, it should be.
Sierra Nevada.
So I'll read the can here. So this is Sierra Nevada's. Each year they do a collaboration with a German brewery to make an Oktoberfest.
Sister city
They
kind
realize no sister country maybe, I don't know. They realize that they're
This is the Slovenian
a hoppy
version of-
beer brewery. Sierra Nevada
okay.
makes
Yeah.
Yes.
lots of IPAs and stuff.
Yep.
thing. Is that a small can?
This is a 12-ounce can.
He just has unusually large hands.
Just the one.
like Andre the Giant.
It's a color scheme. That's all it is.
But this is a collab with
It's an illusion.
Gutman.
Gutman.
John
from Germany?
Goodman.
John Gutman, St. Louis native. So it says it's 6%.
So every year you're going to get a different variety of
That's correct.
Sierra Nevada
Different
Oktoberfest.
city.
Okay.
By the way,
Oh, that's very pale.
Yeah, it
compared
is.
to
Look how
the other
light
ones
that
we've been-
is.
By the way, Kevin, what's up?
Slovenia,
Yes, sir.
beautiful.
Really?
Beautiful place.
This time of year?
Anytime. You have to Google it.
There you go. Yeah, that's a blonde. That's very yellow.
Interesting.
What's the city?
Smells nice. I don't know. It's the brewery is Gutmann.
Oh, Gutmann. Do we know where that is?
John?
I don't know.
Maybe our statistician can find out where the Gutmann brewery
I
is.
bet we're about to find out.
I love this.
He's like, really?
Can't I just drink it like everybody else? No.
Why am I having to work?
You have to work for it. Yes, it is very light golden color.
And
By far the lightest one we've
tastes
had.
different, yeah.
So I love the beer. I don't know how well it.
This is a
fits
summer.
as
This
an
is a summer beer.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah,
Hang on.
it's a very summery,
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a fall October beer.
and
but
it's got a little sour to it.
it does.
A little sour to it.
There's a little
I don't
tartness.
know.
There's a little tang.
A little wang.
Describe your
A little
tang.
wang. Describe your tang. If you had to
I'm not
describe
going
it.
there with the
No?
sour. No
Okay.
way. No.
I mean, I'm not calling it
No,
sour
that's like-
It's super
the
malty.
style
There's
sour.
something.
Super
there.
malty, but it's like that decocted pilsner
Yes,
maltiness. Like
it
there's
is. That's what it
Munich
is.
in there, but
This is
probably
the
not a lot.
This is the Pilsner malt.
I
beer,
noticed
for
the
sure.
last
Yeah.
one
This is
that I
nice.
said seemed tart. They said was malty, so maybe that's what I'm.
Maybe that's
a little
what that is.
Well,
Well,
because
up in
yeah,
there.
okay, so sour in a beer is an actual thing. It's
I mean,
not,
sure.
it's no longer
Yeah.
a flavor.
I'm really enjoying this.
When I think of malt, I think of like malt balls, whoppers, and I don't get that.
Mott balls.
You're hearing a little something?
Yeah, are you?
Yeah, I am too. Somebody's cell phone must be going on.
Must have been me.
That's it.
Oh, it was right there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Did you say malt balls?
Malt balls and whoppers.
Malt balls and whoppers.
I've been saying when I think of malt, that's what the flavor I think like a
like a
malt
chocolate
shake.
malt.
Yeah,
I got you.
but that's not what I get from when they say this
Not
is
mothballs.
malty.
So
Not
the-
moth.
The
no.
aftertaste.
You gotta quit thinking of the flavor of Whoppers as the
Right.
flavor of malted beer. They're made from the same stuff.
that's-
but
that's
a little
not
different.
right.
like a chocolate malt shake. Or
Not as toasty.
the aftertaste in this thing is just like
happens at the end.
It just makes you want more and more and more of it.
Oh, that is
It's inviting.
decidedly hoppier. That's a fest beer,
Yeah, it's a fest beer. Yeah. I mean, it's the color of Pilsner.
and it's
right,
delicious.
Kevin? This
It's
is
very
definitely
good.
a fest beer. for
I
sure.
highly
Yeah.
recommend getting this. It's
It's good.
I got a 6-pack of cans of it. Like I said, Schnucks had it.
Newcastle.
I'll probably
so-
get another 2 or 3 6-packs of it, so you might need to get it before
Here's
me.
what I'll say. My favorite of all
You
these,
like-
and I'm not just saying it, was the Stubbornfest.
God bless you.
This
Jared. You
might-
get to keep your job.
This might be my second favorite.
non-paying producer job.
But if you're going into it thinking you're getting a very bronze colored, caramely colored
Yeah.
Oktoberfest,
Fall
that's
beer,
not
yeah,
what this
you're
is.
not,
It's
no.
very good, and you should try it, but it's not what you think.
This is like float trip beer.
Quiet
Yeah, there you
session.
go.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah. Which you don't really do in October around here.
And you wouldn't want
That's
6% beer on a float trip either.
Yeah, you would at least.
At least.
Sorry, we're floating on
lot of
different,
stuff
the
can go
Rhine
south
float
fast.
trip. Oh man,
The Rhine.
we're talking about Hold on one second.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to start this sentence off by saying we were talking about the stubborn German European tour trip. We have not talked about that. In my mind, we have been.
Okay.
That's where
I
I'm
see
going
that,
at.
yes.
Which will include a float trip down the Rhine.
Down the
Oh,
Rhine.
wow.
Got
Sounds
him.
like a good time.
Gutman
It's a husband and yeoman.
or
Or husband or yeoman.
Oh, that's what it means. That's what Gottman means.
husband.
Gottman.
What does
Yeoman is a
Yeoman.
worker. It's a
okay.
regular person. Right?
that's
A
the
laborer.
translation.
Rower.
rower? Oh, the yeoman, of course.
The yeoman, yeah. So in 1958, Chevrolet had a wagon named the Yeoman.
Really?
I don't think it rode anywhere, but it's good to know. That was the husband.
Didn't last either.
Did it float?
The Chevy husband.
Okay, we've been talking a lot about Oktoberfest and Stubbornfest beer, but we haven't really talked that much about the upcoming
Stubbornfest.
Stubbornfest
downtown
itself.
Waterloo. What's the deal?
What's the deal?
What is the deal
The
with Stubbornfest?
Deal is it's coming right up, and we feel oddly like fully prepared for
I was
it.
going to say, are you prepared?
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
It's a whole
I know.
thing every
You're
year.
missing something.
Oh,
There's still
Look at-
time
look
for
at-
that to change.
Tammy's
Yeah.
looking at the floor
like,
over there.
"Are
She's
we,
like,
though?"
no. What are you?
No, we talked about this. We're like, I think maybe like 8 years into this, we know how to.
You got to
do
figure it
this.
out.
I don't know.
You just need some new bogeys to pop up. And
What are the
curveball.
tricky things every year? Like you got to put tables together, and you got to
Timing of all that stuff.
gotta
All the
drive
prep
the
work
stage
is
there.
A thing. That's
I think
one of
it's
my
the-
biggest things is the timing of like when we're going to set what
Yeah.
up. I've Jeremy and Steve.
Them kegs don't move themselves.
They don't.
right.
These guys are
Yeah.
the real heroes behind setting up Stubbornfest because without them, there's no beer, and without beer, there's no Stubbornfest.
It's a circle of life.
It really is.
I mean, it'd be a terrible Stubbornfest.
It'd be awful. Thanks for coming, y'all. We don't have any beer.
So dates.
Dates September 27th and 28th. And so 27th is the Friday.
As he looks over cautiously for verification
And
from
she shook her
Tammy.
head yes, so I'm
you
right.
win. Good job.
Friday we open at 3:00. We'll do the ceremonial keg. Oh gosh, I got to have that filled.
Oh, see?
ceremonial cake. Oh, hey now.
All right. This is a process that I like to call mentalizing. So let's mentalize the event.
Yes,
So we the
okay.
ceremonial
Yeah,
keg
so
tap.
there's that.
Make
Got to
sure
get that
that's
ready.
there, yeah.
Okay, so we're now I thought of that. We'll
walk
do
through
it.
it,
We'll have Waterloo German Band kick the whole thing off right there at 3:00 till 7, and then we'll have till 6. And then
Right. I got this all figured out. No problem.
And then
Till 6.
normally we would
2 for
have
2.
we would have Bolts and Beer Band after that, but they actually could not make it this year, unfortunately.
What?
So we will definitely have them back in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're pretty sad about it. But we did at the last second manage to get Deutschmeister Brass
Oh,
Band,
nice.
who's
Amazing.
our favorite Saturday
Yeah.
midday act. There, they're gonna
awesome.
they're gonna close out Friday for us, as well as play the midday on Saturday
Oh,
too.
fantastic.
So they're gonna play twice. So we told them
Nice.
you can just leave your stuff in the basement or whatever, and you just
porta
come right
potty,
back and
yeah.
do it again.
Going to be
That's
a
awesome.
German
Yeah.
rager. You better watch it.
Oh, it's gonna be nuts.
What you might do is expose them to some Friday night.
Yeah.
End of
That's what we thought.
Yeah.
end of
is
night goers.
There's probably not a ton of people that come to both Friday and Saturday, so now everyone will get to see them.
yeah,
So
which is
Yep.
good.
I
That
think
is
that's
good.
cool. And everyone loves them, so no one's going to be mad that they have to see them again on Saturday. It's not going to be like that at all.
What? Yeah.
Saturday we open at noon. We've got Free Fall playing for a couple hours. They're a more local band from Millstadt, and then we have of course Deutschmeister Brass Band, and we'll have the Bubbles and all that good stuff. And then in the evening we've got Steve Ewing again to close it out. So
Right on.
it's going to be fun.
I'm waiting. So next year it's going to be the Far Out.
No comment. I don't know.
As
We'll
soon,
see.
as soon as we get some polkas,
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Next,
docket.
next year is pretty far out.
We're adding the polka version of Whitney Houston. So
that's
yeah.
all you got to do.
Yep.
Then and you're
Yep.
in.
Who's got an accordion? That's what I want to know.
Right? Actually, our piano player has an accordion and has played it
What
before. So
What are you waiting for? Then?
I'm telling you, I'll bring it. He'll bring it to the next gig, and
What
we'll
is even happening?
see how that goes.
Gary plays accordion, our statistician.
Yeah,
Really?
he sure does. It's a
Nice.
mini
He
accordion.
brings it.
Yeah, he does.
It's a squeeze box.
You need to sit in with us one of these days. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What about in the past? Sometimes there's a food vendor. Sometimes there's not. What about this year?
Yeah, this year there will be many food vendors.
Many food
yeah,
vendors. That's
we've got you covered in food. So
Okay.
we'll cover you in food.
Yeah, we have you covered in food.
We'll have Schneider's again doing brats and all their sides.
Yep.
And
Party for everybody, right?
We've got Pie Hard doing pizza. We've got Shorty's doing some barbecue. And this year we are also adding Big Rick's. He has a mobile food truck type
Nice.
situation. And he's going to come set up and make barbecue with some more sides. So there will be plenty
Solid
of food.
dude.
We're also going to have some
Cool.
snacks. We're going to have popcorn, some desserts from the Feathers Farm crew.
Yep.
So yeah,
Pretzels,
it's gonna
too,
be,
I think. I
and
thought I
yeah,
said
pretzels. That's right. Almost forgot. Yep, pretzels from Philly Pretzel Company.
Oh yeah,
north
Another
side of Waterloo. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. That'll be
Yeah.
good.
There's going to be plenty of food. So
Awesome.
Plan
There's-
to eat there. Don't plan
Yeah.
to go eat somewhere and then come. You'll be annoyed. That,
So
What is all this
Saturday.
Yes.
What time is the big announcement?
the big announcement
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, that's at 7.
I have no idea. That big announcement.
That one.
It'd be a good place to have a big announcement. I don't know
If I
you
was
got
going to
one,
have a
make-
big announcement, it would be 7 o'clock on
All right,
Saturday.
so be there.
Yep.
For the potential big announcement
You're not going to want to miss that.
if it happens.
What is he talking about?
He doesn't know. Second show.
Second show.
That's what this is. Nobody knows what they're talking
Now-
about
Oh my God.
at this point.
Chris, now you know you got to get on stage at 7 and be like, beer.
Yeah.
My announcement is
So on the socials, send in your big announcements.
okay. Yes, and
Yeah.
I'll read
If you've
one
got
of them.
Best
off.
one will be
Chris will just
chosen.
read 'em
That's
off.
right.
7 p.m. Saturday of Stubbornfest.
That's a good idea.
I'll buy them a beer.
Oh, yeah, you can drink with Steve the Brewer.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
If you haven't been before, or even if you have, if you haven't stuck around for the end of Saturday, Steve Ewing Band,
It's killer.
it's a whole other thing. Like you picture Lederhosen and German bands, which is all amazing, and
And that's what it is
food
up
and-
until
Yeah.
7 o'clock on Saturday.
then
After the
it's
big
just
announcement,
like-
it just
right.
goes off.
it's so fun when Steve Ewing Band is playing, and then and they'll come back, like maybe they'll play one of their big hits in the first half hour, and then they'll play it again later because those people are gone now,
Right.
and the new people are
Yep.
there. And so you're gonna hear the good stuff, and it's just like it's a good time
Then they'll
Steve
throw
Ewing.
in like a Stevie Wonder song or something like that.
for sure, for sure. Yeah.
Those guys know how to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what's really cool.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Quality band entertainment.
It's
They
a
play
fun way
little bit of
to
everything.
end it because I know
is.
by that time, like Tammy and I, all of our staff, we're tired of polka by 7 o'clock on Saturday.
All the old people are home by then.
Chris and Tammy are moshing, and so, like it's a great time. Yeah.
We sure are.
Yep.
Well, looking
They call
forward.
it skanking, actually.
Skanking, really?
I'm sorry.
You
I
call it.
haven't heard that.
Wow.
So yeah, Stubbornfest is coming up. Depending on when this episode comes out, it'll be in
Before
the
or
next
after?
few days or,
Or
week
maybe
or so.
it was last week.
Oh,
You
I
never
know what
It
I
was
was
great.
Gonna,
It was my
That
favorite.
announcement, it touched me, man.
I know what I was going to ask. How do you guys decide whether you're going to do it in the last weekend of September or the first weekend of October?
Well, this goes back to King
King Tut
Leopold.
The first number.
The
Ludwig
Ein.
Ein,
Ludwig
the
Ein.
Ein, the Ein.
Ludwig the Ein.
Yeah, they look at an astrological calendar and
okay.
they pull out
So it's not just
They
like
do.
what works for you.
a Rosetta Stone,
out
an
the ger-
astrolabe,
The German Farmer's Almanac.
A German,
which is always
farmer's almanac.
correct and precise. And it tells them the exact time down to the second that
Yes.
the Stubbornfest will be kicked off.
When you plant your zucchini.
Here's my theory. The 27th is the earliest you would go in September, and as soon as the Friday would be the 26th, you're going to roll it to October.
gonna roll her on back.
2nd or 3rd or whatever.
There is a little bit of that. We try to go off
A little bit of when the
in
city
past,
permits are available.
Oh, there you
We
go.
went off of the dates of German Oktoberfest,
Okay.
and we found out that the other people in town that
You
also
know,
have festivals,
the other-
they don't go by the date of German
yeah.
Oktoberfest. So we're trying to have our own little weekend and let other people have the weekends
Yeah.
around it.
Okay, so you're not aligning, you're
now
enhancing.
We're
You're
trying
not
to-
taking over
yeah.
Pumpkin Fest and
We thought that
As much fun as it is having a festival the same day as everybody else in St. Louis.
right.
Chris
Right.
wanted to have
Well, yeah,
Pumpkin
there's
Beer
that too.
Fest, actually, but
Yeah. Well, that's on the docket.
I was going to say, I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Pumpkin Fest, pumpkin beer.
We have
Beer Fest.
pumpkin beer.
You do
pumpkin
that
fest.
at Pumpkin Fest?
Yeah.
Have you never been?
he's not
I
done
have-
the Pumpkin Beer
Well, here's
Fest.
the thing, and I said this last year.
Apparently not.
No, Pumpkin Fest was like a festival, and then it became like
A
a
mosh.
flea market. Like,
flea market.
when did it become a thing where there's 100 vendors selling like pins?
I
and
mean,
shit?
it's
Like,
always been
not
an
a
event
flea
for like
market.
kids to be there and stuff.
I
and to
thought it
drink
was
beer.
a marketplace for crafts and creative expression that all
yeah.
smelled like cinnamon and pumpkin.
Jared hates art. That's what
exactly
it is.
what it
That's
is.
the art. It's the whole art thing. I don't know. I feel like it used to be this like big fun thing with kids stuff, like you said, and there's still kids stuff. But then like suddenly there was people from who knows
it
where
still is
selling
all
like
that, but
scarves and stuff.
They added
Okay.
the craft stuff.
And
the
a scarf
the
hater.
scarves.
I mean, I don't wear scarves.
Pins and
so-
scarves. Maybe you're
Pins
just not
and
into that
scarves.
kind of
It's
stuff.
You know, you could
Maybe
put
should
it on
be.
the mic stand.
I could.
Then you could be
Like
a scarf
Steven
guy.
Tyler?
I could, yes.
Could be a scarf guy.
Billy Gibbons.
Okay.
Billy Gibbons had.
He's got he's got like a
I like
diesel
it.
exhaust pipe. It's pretty cool. It's like
Not
a
scarves at all.
semi stack. Yeah, it's not scarves.
Steven Tyler did the scarves.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Anyway,
so you have your
That's-
Pumpkin Fest
that's a
beer
Texas
at
scarf.
Pumpkin Fest, or your
yeah, every
pumpkin
year.
beer at Pumpkin Fest.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
I guess I just didn't get past the
The flea
scarf
market.
vendors, the flea market. Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to hate.
Quit peddling your wares.
Right.
So, Then, of course, the week of the calendar and the city and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
What is the city of Waterloo like to work with on Stubbornfest? Because they make some concessions. They block the street off and stuff.
They do, yeah. They're great to work with because, I mean, they I guess, I don't know, recognize that's a thing we do every year. So it's usually just a matter of filling out some paperwork. You got to give them a sketch of like where you're going to have things and like, we're going to have porta potties. Yeah, we're going to have those. So, they want to know those things. And they just want to be helpful too. They're like, do you need electric? Which electric panels do we need to unlock for you?
Nice.
So that's great.
I mean, it only makes sense. It brings a lot of people to town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of celebrities
win-win.
at this point.
For sure.
Like the city just says, hey, what do you need?
What
do you need,
what do we got to
Chris?
do for you? No.
That's it.
Still got to play by the rules.
All right. Well, that's outstanding. So if you don't follow the Stubborn German Brewing Company Facebook page, get on that because you'll see the updates about the Stubborn Fest. Of course, the schedule will be there when the bands are.
Schedule will be there, where you should park, where, what to do, what the do's and don'ts of Stubborn Fest, all that.
Where you can submit the big announcement.
Yep.
For the 7 o'clock on Saturday.
I can't wait to see how many we get.
It's got to be on college ruled paper. Just saying.
What I would also recommend is if you're not familiar with Steve Ewing or the Deutschmeister brass band, look them up because they've got a lot of samples online.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Ewing, you're going to go, oh, I know that tune.
Yeah.
You're going to know a lot of the stuff, and that is just going to make it more exciting to come out and see him. So definitely do that.
Good call.
And then, come on over to the Stubborn German Company, buy some beer, do a practice run of the whole weekend.
Yeah,
Start there Friday at 3.
Practice run.
Drink, eat, come back Saturday. They'll play some songs on the audio system in the bar. It'll be a big rehearsal.
It will.
Do that this weekend.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Now, did we proclaim a winner here of our multi?
We are the winners. We got to drink them all.
What did you guys prefer? What's your favorite, or maybe like your top 2? What'd you think?
My favorite was at Sierra Nevada. It was awesome.
Okay.
I don't think.
Which to me was like the most different. It was the most not.
I don't think that fits Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
You're
It's a
right.
good
It's
beer.
a little out of style, but
It fits Oktoberfest now. Is what it
I
fits.
can tell you I've got 5 more of those cans in the fridge. I'm pretty
they
happy
won't
about
be
it.
here very long.
The question is, how many of those do you want to drink? Like 3 or 4 of them.
My 2 favorite are
that one.
Stubborn and Schlafly.
Was Schlafly the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That the first one, Schlafly and Stubbornfest.
And
I'll give Schlafly the 3rd place.
I don't know, but those 2 to me seemed the authenticest.
Right.
The
Being that
The all-thickest,
neither of us
what?
brew beer, Kevin,
Correct.
the 2 guys that brew beer think that the Sierra Nevada was like the best or the most authentic or something, but
It's totally okay to be wrong.
okay. I see.
So I'm glad you're okay with that.
Yes.
I'm glad you said it so I didn't have to again.
Yeah.
The Sierra Nevada
That's why I'm here.
was very good. It was just not what I perceive as an Oktoberfest.
I'm just happy our brewers are okay with being wrong.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. That's the beauty about beer, man. Drink
It
what you
is.
like.
Well,
That's
everybody is here to find out about Oktoberfest beer, but
Yes.
really all they really care about is the German word of the day.
Oh, you must mean beer liken.
Yes, beer like
Right. That.
This is somewhat like beer.
We're
beer
liking
like
beer. Just a kiss of the hops.
Should have looked it up. I just totally didn't. Beer like.
You can't look it up. That's cheating.
Oh, here it is. Gosh, I thought I
After the
deleted
answer,
it.
I can.
Steve says that
Beer liken.
beer liken means I like beer.
I like beer. I mean, it seems
That's
I
really
only
the,
took German for 2 years.
the best
all right.
answer.
True statement. Somebody's going to have to look into the the program.
Education
What do you
system.
learn in 2 years of German?
yeah, right.
Not enough.
I can count to 12.
Yeah, there you go. That's not one of the questions here. So,
Jared said it meant beer chaser, and Kevin said a plant used to make beer.
see, I mean, a category.
Liking. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. A beer lichen actually is a beer corpse. A beer corpse.
Oh, of course. That's what I was going to say next.
It
So-
just got really dark, guys.
At
corpse.
Oktoberfest, when you get too drunk and you're ready to pass out, they have a giant hill.
Oh, yes, and
and
you
they
pass
throw
out.
the beer lichens out on the hill. And the next morning, everybody kind of just like
The
wakes
full-
up.
Oh,
and
so it's the
passed
Nappy
out.
Hill. Is that
it's
what
the
it is?
Nappy Hill.
You ever seen that?
No.
they
What
call
are you talking
they
about?
call them all beer lichens. They're beer corpses.
Wow.
So You need to Google that.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
So they passed out in the grass.
Because there is a hillside with these people that are like upside down and laying on
they
their
just
side.
dump 'em
They
over.
just throw them over. I mean, these people were way overserved and overconsumed.
They recorded like 2 podcasts.
At least. And they're just on the hill, and there's, that's a great word.
Yeah.
Beer liking.
Beer
corpse. Okay.
The Battle of Drunken Hill.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
battle.
So a couple of years ago, after Stubbornfest, I helped out putting stuff away, kegs
And we
and tables
thank you
and
for
stuff.
that. That was very nice.
No problem. Last
Not
year,
gonna
on the
happen
other
again.
hand, I was what you might call, what Kevin said, overserved. And
it was our fault, huh?
when it came time to help tear down and everything, I think I even came up to Tammy and my wife, Kristen, and we were both like, it's probably best if I don't help you guys this year. I
Did you
think
say
it would-
hey like 4 times? Like, hey.
Hey. Yeah. Hey. And I think I just went home, and it was probably for the best. So.
I think that happened to me about four years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a good one too.
Yeah.
This year I'll try to help out. Take it easy. Take her
don't-
easy.
You don't need to help out. I'd rather you be a beer liking.
Be a beer
Well, the good thing is I'll be
throw me
there
on the
this
hill.
year. Past couple of years I've been traveling.
Yeah.
You're around?
You're gonna make it.
I'll be
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
especially for
I'm excited.
to hear the Steve Ewing band
Yeah.
and
Sweet.
Deutschmeister.
You going to have an on-site podcast?
We've done it before.
We have done it.
have
Yeah.
done it before.
We-
It's been a couple years.
we could
but-
do it again.
I don't want to
Yeah.
put any pressure on anybody, but
I'm down.
We've done it.
Can't
Well,
be any
now-
worse than this one.
Might hear a few.
Can't get worse than this.
All right.
Well, on that note, if you enjoyed this, hopefully you set up some beers and sampled for yourself. You went
Yeah.
to Schnucks, you read the posting, and you got the whole list and enjoyed them. Share your own opinions with us. Maybe we're wrong.
yeah.
That would be not the first time.
Right.
I like to keep an open mind.
That's why you're brewer.
And I'm game to
Steve.
taste again and just see if I was right or
Ah,
wrong.
calibration.
Yeah.
Gotta try it again. Subscribe to the Stubborn German podcast, and then a new one will show up when you least expect it, because we're going to record it when we least expect it. And that's kind of how it goes. So for Mr. Chris Ron, Mr. Jared Chasson, and affectionately known as Steve the Brewer, I'm
right.
Kevin Ostie, we say,
Roast.
Gross.